Alright, so today I'm talking homeschool, but this time first grade homeschool. So I've said before that we try to focus on just a couple of core subjects at a time that we drill home every single day. And so far, those have been geography, arithmetic, and reading. Now, she enjoys the arithmetic, and so that's something that we easily continue every day. Reading is hit and miss. Um, and I think it's just as simple as when she gets frustrated, she doesn't like it anymore. And so we're always playing going up and down with that one. But it's still something we do every day, whether it's practice reading through a Step Into Reading book or the physical bookwork through her phonics program and doing those work pages. Now, the geography side, she knows all of her states and capitals and can tell you almost all of them if you ask her. And it's getting to a point where I think she's getting burnt out on it. So we will keep it as part of our homeschool, but it will simply just be reviewed every few days instead of being something that we do every single day. So, what I've decided to introduce in its place are science and history, which is something we do not on an everyday basis, um, but this gives me a chance to bring it into an everyday thing. Um, I've said before, our science lessons are done by us reading to them. We have many books on different science subjects, whether it's animals, the human body, weather patterns, outer space, all kinds of stuff. And we read those to them, and you'd be really surprised how much they retain. Now, in the ways of history, we don't have a lot of kid friendly books or stuff to read to them in that sense. So, what I started with is today we started doing this. So, I put together these little booklets. Real simple, just some drawn paper and construction paper, and they're held together with yarn. Come on, how cheap can you get? But it's great. So it gives you, I just did 3 pieces of drawing paper, folded in half. That gives you 12 pages to work with. And every day, so for science today, she wanted me to read about Neptune, the planet. So she wrote something about what we read and then drew a picture to go with it. I would like her to do 2 or 3 sentences. And this way it works. I guess you wouldn't call it reading comprehension because she's not reading, but she's listening. And it shows me that there's some type of retention. And it makes it real fun for them to go back and read it themselves. Like they have their own little science book that they can remember these little nuggets of facts that they remembered from these stories or these things that we read. And so for history, we did, I found an article of a historical event that happened today sometime in the past. And so what we did was the 1992 earthquakes in Southern California, because she can resonate with that. We used to live in California, and with her geography, she knows where that is. She knows what an earthquake is. And so it's something that she can understand. And so she wrote a couple of sentences with it, or about what we read, and she drew a picture. This is her road, and the car is falling as the road breaks. That's my favorite part. So, and as you can notice, the earthquake came with a K. I'm not at this point a real stickler on spelling unless it has something to do with a lesson that we've covered in her phonics program. So, for instance, the sounds that CH together makes, or TH, or EE and EA. So, those little nuggets I am a stickler for, but the rest of it, I'll let her kind of try and sound it out and write it out. I will guide her and remind her that there's a vowel in every word, and but doing this way, not only do we have a science lesson, but in it you also have comprehension, writing, and grammar when it comes to sentence structure. Well, maybe that's considered writing. Maybe it's all considered grammar. Who knows? But you've got all these different aspects of schooling together in one little nugget, and that's the way I like it. Um, we just don't have time to have a 5 or 6 hour school day as homes. That's there's no way. And that's why we homeschool year round, is so that we can have just little snippets of time, 2 or 3 hours a day, to do whatever schooling we have planned, and then the rest of the day, whether we have work to do in the yard with the rabbits, anything else, we can get that done, or we can just go have fun. um, And so this is something new that we're doing. So like I said, we didn't have a whole lot of things in the way of history topics. So I decided, well, let's go to the library and we'll pick out a book to borrow, to use for this new lesson, with these new lessons I'd like to start. Well, they are having a book sale. There's nothing better than a library book sale, and I'll show you why. So I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 14 books. 14 for $2. $2. And let me show you some of these. So I have a couple of books that deal with Native American history, or stories of certain individuals, and just an introduction to different tribes as well. It's part of their heritage, and so we know a little bit about our own heritage, but I'd like to expand that knowledge to the many native peoples of this nation. So we got a few of those. Some other ones that I got, we've got a picture biography of George Washington. And so beautiful, beautiful illustrations and artwork. And it's all about his life, his presidency, and beyond. Another one is The Real McCoy, The Life of an African American Inventor. And it's kind of the same thing. It's a picture biography, beautiful artwork. The the pages, the story portion on each page is not too long and drawn out, so it'll be easy for them to keep their attention with the story. This is my favorite way of both teaching history, but also learning as a kid. I loved learning through storytelling. So any kind of novel or book that was based on historical fact made it so much fun and so wondrous to get into. And so I want to find things like that for the kids teaching. Um, this is a little advanced, The Great Fire of Chicago. It's a very, very in depth book, but it's an easy reader, so it won't be long before she could pick this up and read it herself. Um, and we can kind of pick little bits out of it and choose which sections to use for those history lessons. Captain James Cook, Adventures in Discovery. Um, this one I'm really excited about. It's about Ellis Island and what it, what that island's purpose was for, the type of people that came through it, um, people's different job descriptions on who worked on the island. Um, let's see, where people would sleep, just all kinds of stuff. And especially in uh, today's political climate, I thought it would be nice to just get an idea of, and not get an idea, but introduce the concept that this is a nation of more than just one kind of person. There are many types from many backgrounds, and then a few others. And then my favorite is Teachers Games. This one's for me. And it's just a booklet that gives you ideas on how to make creative little lessons for grammar, math, um, spelling, all different things like that. So I was really excited to find this. But I'm telling you, if you are trying to do this homeschooling thing on a budget, your library is such a wonderful resource. Oh my gosh, free internet access. I mean, free access not only to books and DVDs and teaching tools within that library, but libraries within the entire state, and sometimes they're all connected in a nationwide interlibrary loan system. So if your library doesn't have it, ask. They might be able to get it from somewhere else. If you're looking for curriculum, maybe there's libraries that have it and you can bring it home and try it out before you decide to purchase it. I mean, and then there are book sales. I mean, these books we can use for many years as teaching tools. But not only that, they're very enriching stories and things to read for when they get to an age where they can just pick up a book and read it themselves. And so it's very exciting. I mean, 14 books for $2. When do you ever find a deal like that? I'm telling you, don't don't forget about your local library. They are a wonderful resource.